Have you ever found yourself caught in the confusing web of romantic signals, especially when someone plays hard to get? It's a game that can leave many feeling frustrated and uncertain. But what if you could approach this scenario with a different mindset, one that empowers you instead of leaving you chasing shadows? Welcome to the world of the Sigma male, where self-confidence and emotional independence reign supreme. 1. He observes her behavior, but never chases. When a woman plays hard to get, most men might start doubling their efforts to win her over, feeling compelled to keep chasing. However, the Sigma male does the opposite. Rather than engaging in this game, he steps back and observes her behavior quietly, never giving in to the pressure to chase or prove himself. He has no need to conform to social expectations or play along with dynamics that don't align with his inner principles. His self-worth is internal, not reliant on external validation, and he has the wisdom to understand that attraction isn't a game to be won but a natural connection to be discovered. He evaluates her actions to see whether they reflect genuine interest or if they are simply a ploy for attention, but he never compromises his integrity by participating in unnecessary emotional pursuits. This calm detachment often surprises the woman, as she expects more pursuit, but the Sigma's refusal to chase only heightens the intrigue. 2. He focuses on his own life, ignoring her games. When a woman tries to play hard to get, a Sigma male focuses even more intensely on his personal goals and ambitions. Unlike others who might become preoccupied with decoding her signals, he doubles down on his work, passions, and personal growth, maintaining his independence. This isn't a form of manipulation, but a reflection of his unshakable belief that his own fulfillment comes from within, not from external sources. His emotional self-sufficiency leaves him unaffected by games or perceived challenges, as his time and energy are far too valuable to be wasted on uncertainty. This reaction often confounds the woman, who may expect him to engage in the pursuit, but instead, she sees him becoming even more engrossed in his own life. The Sigma's focus on self-actualization can make him appear even more attractive, not by intent but as a natural consequence of his unapologetic prioritization of his own journey over any potential romantic entanglement. 3. He directly addresses the situation, cutting through the game. In a world where subtlety and mind games often dominate romantic dynamics, the Sigma male's direct approach can be surprising. Rather than getting caught up in the back and forth, he confronts the situation head-on, expressing his thoughts and intentions with clarity. If a woman is playing hard to get, he might simply ask her outright if she is genuinely interested or if she is wasting his time. His preference for honesty and straightforwardness over games often throws people off guard, as they're not used to such candidness in these scenarios. This unexpected directness puts the ball in her court and forces her to be more transparent about her intentions, as the Sigma has no interest in pursuing someone who isn't sincere. His bluntness might be shocking, but it also signals maturity and emotional intelligence, qualities that stand out in a world where many are content to play along with unnecessary games. 4. He doesn't compete for attention, because he's not in the game. When a woman tries to play hard to get, it's often based on the expectation that men will feel compelled to compete for her attention. However, the Sigma male doesn't engage in this competition. He values his autonomy and doesn't view relationships as something to be won or lost. Instead, he lets go of any need to prove himself and remains indifferent to the possibility of winning her over. To the Sigma, love and connection are not competitive endeavors, but organic occurrences that grow from mutual respect and understanding. His nonchalant reaction to the notion of competing for attention is often unexpected, as most men might feel inclined to fight for a woman's interest. For the Sigma, the idea of working hard to gain someone's approval is entirely foreign. He knows his worth and doesn't feel the need to compete with others for affection. This attitude often leaves the woman puzzled, as it defies the usual script of romantic conquest. 5. He prioritizes his own standards over her interest. Unlike men who adjust their behavior to accommodate a woman's signals, the Sigma male holds firm to his own standards. If he feels that a woman's hard-to-get approach doesn't align with his values or wastes his time, he will simply move on. His self-respect dictates his choices, not external approval, and he's quick to disengage if the situation doesn't resonate with his principles. The Sigma male has little tolerance for mind games or superficial interactions, as his focus is on depth, authenticity, and meaningful connections. If a woman's behavior seems manipulative or disingenuous, he won't hesitate to walk away, confident that there are others out there who share his values. This unwavering commitment to his own standards often surprises the woman, as it's rare for men to prioritize their own needs over the pursuit of romantic interest. For the Sigma, relationships are a choice, not a necessity, and he would rather be alone than compromise on what he believes is right. 6. He may disappear without warning. When faced with a woman who is playing hard to get, the Sigma male might simply vanish from the situation altogether. Unlike others who stick around hoping to eventually win the woman's attention, the Sigma has no qualms about walking away without any explanation. His detachment allows him to make quick decisions, and if he senses that his time is being wasted, he'll quietly exit without fanfare. This reaction often shocks the woman, who may have expected him to persist in the game. However, the Sigma sees no value in engaging with someone who isn't straightforward, and his mysterious departure leaves a lasting impression. It's not an emotional reaction or a punishment, but a practical decision based on his belief that energy is best spent where there is reciprocity. This quiet disappearance is often a wake-up call, as it signifies that the Sigma male isn't someone who can be toyed with or manipulated for attention. 7. He values his peace more than potential drama. The Sigma male thrives on inner peace and solitude, which means that any interaction that disrupts this calm is seen as unnecessary. If a woman's hard-to-get game seems to be leading toward unnecessary drama or conflict, he will immediately remove himself from the situation. To him, peace is more valuable than any potential relationship, and he's willing to sacrifice the possibility of romance in order to preserve his inner equilibrium. This reaction is often unexpected because most people assume that men will tolerate a certain level of challenge for the sake of romance. However, the Sigma's commitment to his peace is unwavering, and he won't allow anyone to disturb it, regardless of how attractive they might be. His ability to walk away from potential drama with no second thoughts is a mark of his emotional strength and independence, two traits that make him stand out in a world full of people willing to compromise for fleeting moments of attention. 8. He respects her autonomy, but won't bend for it. While the Sigma male respects a woman's autonomy and her right to play the dating game as she sees fit, he won't adjust his own principles to accommodate it. He believes in mutual respect, and while he understands that playing hard to get is a common dating tactic, he refuses to participate in anything that feels artificial or forced. The Sigma male's respect for boundaries goes both ways, and while he appreciates a woman's independence, he expects her to respect his refusal to chase. His self-sufficiency means that he doesn't rely on anyone else for emotional fulfillment, so he's not affected by a woman's attempts to appear unattainable. This balanced approach often leaves the woman confused, as she's not used to encountering someone who can respect her autonomy while simultaneously refusing to engage in any unnecessary pursuit. 9. He will test her authenticity. If a Sigma male senses that a woman is playing hard to get, he may test her authenticity by subtly withdrawing his attention and seeing how she responds. He understands that some people use this tactic as a way to gauge interest, but he also knows that genuine connections don't require such games. By stepping back, he gives her the opportunity to show her true intentions. If she reaches out or becomes more genuine, he may reconsider engaging with her. However, if she continues to play games, he will lose interest entirely. This reaction isn't a form of manipulation on his part, but rather a method of filtering out disingenuous individuals. His ability to recognize authenticity stems from his deep self-awareness and his understanding of human nature. This unexpected reaction often leaves the woman realizing that her games are ineffective, as the Sigma male is far more interested in who she truly is than in the persona she's trying to project. 10. He remains unaffected and moves on. Ultimately, the most unexpected reaction of a Sigma male when a woman plays hard to get is his ability to remain completely unaffected by it. He's not interested in mind games, manipulation, or emotional tug-of-war. If the connection doesn't feel natural and mutual, he simply moves on without any drama or hard feelings. His emotional independence allows him to detach without regret or bitterness, as he knows that there's no shortage of opportunities to connect with people who align with his values. This calm indifference is often startling, as it goes against the usual script of romantic pursuit. Instead of trying harder or becoming frustrated, the Sigma male simply accepts the situation for what it is and walks away with his dignity intact. His self-assurance and ability to move on quickly are what make him so enigmatic and difficult to forget, even for the woman who was trying to play hard to get in the first place.